So let's talk about why, if you're relying on your features and benefits to sell your product or service, it really is the weakest way to sell. So in this diagram, you're going to notice there's an arrow pointing up, and that means that the influence starts at the bottom and works its way up. So this means your skills and knowledge influence your behaviors, and your behaviors influence your results. And we're going to put this model now in a business context for you. And I'm going to say that your skills and knowledge are your features. Okay? They're things like the talent that you have in your business, the IP if you have any in your business, the products that you have, the services that you have, the features of those services and products, the clients you've worked for, the length of time you've been in business, your awards, your background. It's everything, right? These are your features, and you're going to use your features, your skills and knowledge to change the behaviors of someone. Usually it's the general public. So let's take an example. Let's say you're an accountant. You're going to use your skills and knowledge of tax and how tax works and your expertise to change the behaviors of the person that you're doing the accounts for. You might say there's a change in the law and they need to do this differently now. So they'll take your advice, and guess what? They'll do it differently, which will produce a positive result for them and a positive result for you. The positive result for them being, obviously, they don't get into some kind of tax trouble, and the positive result for you is you have a client that's really happy that you've helped them out. Okay, so this is classic features and benefits selling, right? I'm sure you're all familiar with this way of selling. Here are my features, here's the benefit to you, this is why you should buy it, which is basically the result, the benefit. Now, if you're relying on features and benefits to sell, it really is the weakest way to sell, and here's the reason why. Do you have competitors? The answer is going to be yes, of course you do. Do your competitors have similar features to the features that you have, i.e. skills and knowledge? Yes, they probably do, right? Can they therefore change the behaviors of the public in the same way that you can? Yes, they probably can. Can they therefore produce a similar result to the kind of result that you can produce? Yes, they can. So here's my question. If you're all the same, if the results that you can produce are the same as everybody else, why should I hire you over them? I'll tell you what it comes down to. It comes down to price, because if I can't see any difference between the results that I'm going to get from you and the results that I'm going to get from somebody else, then I'm going to make my decision based on price. And that's why if you rely on features and benefits to sell, it really is the weakest way to sell. So if this isn't the answer, then what is? And what is everything that's below the line, which is selling to emotional desires. So hopefully by now you realize that if you're relying on your features and benefits to sell your product or service, it really is the weakest way to sell, because it just makes you look like everybody else, and there's no way I can really make a distinction between you and them other than price. So it's time to really stop trying to sell using features and benefits. Yes, they're an important part of the process, but it's not the focal point or how you target your messaging when you're talking to those prospects and customers.